freedom and money freedom. Those are the two things that stupid and broke people will never have. The reason is stupid and broke people literally trade their future for impulsive decisions. So they'll trade their future of having more time, having more money, having freedom, having experiences, having a sense of security for impulsive decisions where they come up with a good idea, but they impulsively stop and they give into a vice. They give into watching TV, watching sports, sleeping in, whatever your vice might be. Because stupid and broke people will trade their future to buy a car, to get that watch, to do something preemptively that they can't afford, to impress people who don't even give a shit about them. That is the vice of stupid and broke people. Impulse. And the moment stupid people can get impulse control, their life would be massively, significantly better.
Now, I'm not going to go as far as calling people stupid or broke, but I do understand the message that he's trying to deliver. There's a saying, a hard head makes a soft ass. And what he's speaking to is people's inability to practice delayed gratification. So they suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out. They want to play keeping up with the Joneses. So they're always trying to acquire things to look good in the eyes of others. And that's a bad mistake, because they're never taking into consideration their future. They're risking, the now for their future self. So they're robbing their future self by making these terrible decisions now. Now, I get it, no one's perfect and everyone makes mistakes, but some people, they sign up and do these silly, dumb things, if you will, over and over and over. And it's as if they've never learned, I got to stop making these same mistakes over and over. And how this ties into one's health is because when they can't get to a point where they're practicing delayed gratification and they're always chasing things, what is that, shiny object syndrome. They always feel like they got to have the newest iPhone, they got to have the newest car, they have to have the newest clothes, the newest gym shoe. They're not setting themselves up long term. So when you think about wealth, what do you always hear? You hear that it's called building wealth. It's never like, oh, I just got wealth overnight. So when you can't practice that delayed gratification, you're making your wealth building journey so much harder, and health is wealth. So if you want to build wealth, you also have to have the financial health that goes along with it. And, how you spend your money, listen, that's your prerogative. I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your money, but what I am saying is people need to be a lot smarter with the choices that they make with their money. So if you're someone, it's every weekend you got to go out to eat, or it's, every other weekend you got to go party with the girls or the guys, and you're buying bottles and you're doing all these things that are actually a detriment to your health on top of spending the money, you're risking your financial health in the long term. So it would behoove you if you would dumb it down a little bit. And people, they sign up to finance these cars for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 years. They get locked into these bad deals with these crazy ass used car rates. And the next thing you know, they got a payment for 60 months, 72 months, 84 months on something that's already depreciating as soon as they drive it off the lot. So they're making this wealth building journey so much harder by making these silly decisions in the now. And they need to just take a step back and say, well, let me just go ahead and buy a used car. That way I don't have a car payment, and the money that I would be spending on a newer car, whether it be a lease or a used car that's already X amount of years old and I have to sign up for all these payments, you could be taking that money, putting it away in a brokerage, or at least like a high yield savings account at the bare minimum, and let your money work for you, as opposed to just spending the money on liabilities, and you're making somebody else rich in that at that point in time. So you're making someone else rich by spending your money on liabilities. You're signing up for bad terms. So now you're getting locked into these bad deals with a shit ton of interest. You're barely even touching the principal early on, and you end up paying so much more than just that initial sticker price that you see. So that would be my advice for another avenue for people to get healthy, is just be mindful of what you do in the now and understand how that's going to affect you in the future, because time is going to pass, and once that time passes and you get later in life, you're going to be looking and saying, damn, I shouldn't have spent the money on this, because now I'm in a pickle or a bind that I can't get out of right now, because I have my money tied up in this thing that I signed up for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. So let me know what you guys think as far as people not having the ability to practice delayed gratification, and how you think that affects their health long term, and even their fitness to some degree. People, they get wound up in these bad deals. They get stressed out. Next thing you know, they're not eating right. They're not hitting the gym, all because of some things that are tied to their finances. So now their financial health is in trouble, and then their physical health is in trouble. So, you know, it's just one of those things, man. People got to tighten up. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what you need to do with your money. I am just looking at this from my point of view and just giving my opinion and suggestion that, people should probably dumb down their lifestyle, take the money that they're spending on liabilities, and put that into an asset. Start yourself a business, start up a brokerage. Go get a CD, a mutual fund, a high yield savings account, an annuity. Like, but put that money away and let it work for you, as opposed to you taking the money that you earn and then you go spend it on things that don't appreciate in value, that end up basically just running your pockets dry. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tap in with me at www.physicalprogression.com for all your health and fitness needs. And I'll see you guys on the next one.